Hello, I'm Andy.
I'm Nancy.
Welcome back. I've spent 4.5 days, I think, out here clearing. I don't know if it looks like 4.5 days of work, but like where I'm standing now, you couldn't stand. You couldn't get to. And as you see around me here, look at there's a tire, there's all kinds of garbage I've pulled out of here, bags of garbage that we've already brought to the dump. But just look around me here, it's pretty well cleared out until you get to here. I kind of left this. I'll walk around to show you. Let's see if I can get to where I'm looking at. Yep. Behind me here, there used to be 2 trailer houses and a house, and they're all underground behind me now. They burnt a lot of it. They took the steel out of the trailer houses, but the rest of it's buried behind me here. That was done before our friend purchased the property, and when they did that, they just shoved trees over and just made an absolute disastrous mess across the whole edge of what I guess I'd call the wooded part of the property. So if you look at here, it's just pushed over trees on top of pushed over trees on top of pushed over trees. And that's what the whole, look over there, there was 2 trees there, a tree there. This tree was dead because of what they had done. There's actually a black walnut tree here that was dead because of what they had done. But yeah, they were just all pushed over on top of everything that was through here. I've burnt everything that was dead and the stuff that's alive. I have some brush piles back there in the woods. I cut everything into small enough pieces so I could make dense little brush piles, and that works really good for the rabbits and squirrels. It gives them something to live in back there, and just compost that back down into the soil because it was all too green to burn to anyway. But this pile here, most of this is stuff they pushed down last year. A couple things are on top of it that I think the pine tree Steve dropped onto the pile. I know I dropped 2 other trees right onto the pile because they were sitting where the saw and the helmet are right now. They're each on a stump that just worked out too perfectly. Today I'm going to get this pile out of here. All the stuff that's burnable I'm going to bring up there where that burn scar is, and everything that's not burnable I'm going to put in this pile here that's be burnt next year in the fall or whatever. I'm going to set you up on a time lapse and see how that works for clearing all this stuff. I've tried a couple time lapses. I don't think any of them look that great because I don't know, when it comes to clearing woods, it takes longer to clear out and make it look all pretty like this than you would really want. The time lapse makes it look like I'm doing nothing almost still. I think this might be a good one to set a time lapse up on though. I should get to work. I don't know if running chainsaws work. I'm tired at the end of the day, but it's the most fun I can have while working. Yeah, this area here, I was just looking at it as I went back to set up the time lapse. I still got all the garbage in this area too. I'm not dealing with the garbage today. I don't care that much about the garbage. I just want to get these trees out of here. I don't even know what I'm going to do with those shingles. I'm not going to take them out. The rest of the garbage I can get into bags and bring to the dump, or just bring to the dump. But I might just leave the shingles for Steve to deal with, and maybe they'll just become landfilled. And I mean, it's not like he doesn't have piles of gravel here he plans on filling in some of this stuff, so some of it might just end up getting buried. But I'm trying to get out everything I can, knowing there's 3 houses already buried here. I'm not trying to get every scrap of stuff out. Yeah, I just think this is an area that's not going to be a garden area. Can't put a house here because it's too soft. Whatever, there's another 2 acres beside this. It's just over 2 acres total, so he doesn't need this little spot anyway, but it's kind of a shame what they did. I really wish they would have been a little nicer in removing the houses or demolishing the houses or whatever the right word is. I got a good chunk of that pile gone. The pile that I want to burn is as big as I want to get it before I burn it. It's like 12:30. It's probably a good time to have lunch, and then I'll move the camera over and I'll start the fire after lunch and just keep dragging stuff into the fire. So it's not going too bad. Ooh, battery's about to die. Yeah, I think that's all the wood I'm gonna bring over. My chainsaw found some metal in there. I bought a carbide blade for the chainsaw 250 trees before I got to Tennessee.
and I cleared all of this out with that same blade and finally dulled it when I hit some, when I hit some metal, which really isn't the blade's fault. So the steel carbide blades, well worth the $85 that they cost. Every time I put in gas, I sharpen my chain, and I haven't touched a file to the chain. And like I said, we did 250 trees, and then all this clearing out here, all these piles I have back here, a lot of just cutting through garbage. I'll show you how I'm getting these bulldoze piles out. I got that bulldoze pile out this way, and I'm working on this one, and that's also why I hit metal inside of there when there's all this. In fact, this is the metal I hit. That this isn't the piece, but it's a piece like this. I threw it over here. I wasn't real happy at the time. But yeah, I showed you this pile today, and now we have the one main tree that's got pushed over and a little bit of little shit in here. This pile went all the way out to there, and on the back side here it was huge. It came way out over the top of these, and I've got a lot of it cut out. But I'd just go in there and I'd cut, and then I'd pull out what I could. And then I'd go in and cut what I could and pull out what I could. And yeah, hey, there's our kitty. Ooh, look at her climb a tree. She's just been having fun running all over the place playing out here today. But yeah, you'll see how I just kind of cut these off at the end. And there was another cut about right here where I went through them all and pulled out the end stuff, and then yeah, still got all that garbage I got to deal with. But yeah, when you think of chain wise, all of this wood, all of these little trees been chopped up. And that over there, and the piles back there, the pile back there, the pile back there.
Hello there. You were not outside for very long, were you? No, I didn't think so. Why did you stay? Why did you only go out for a minute or two? Why did you only go out for a minute or two? Oh, is that better? Is that better? Oh, yes. Yep, right there. Oh, feels so good.
I started making this cabinet for the garbage can a couple days ago, and everything about it went wrong. I mean, everything went together like this, and then I realized this is the top here. I had to trim it off, so I ran it down a table saw because I had these two flush with each other right here, and I was able to take that off. But then if you see this line here, it's that much too narrow to fit the garbage can, so I'm going to have to remove this with the router. And then I should be able to put the quarter inside on the top, and everything should fit. I haven't put the quarter inside yet because I wanted the room to run the router, but yeah, like everything about this went wrong, and I just set it to the side, did some wiring and stuff for a couple days, and now I'm back to it. Yeah, I don't know how many minutes that you got. I got back to the camera, it was off. But I got the room I need now. The garbage can tapers down in the bottom, so the bottom was fine. It was just the top I had to trim a little. Yeah, I should be careful. It's probably more fragile there. I should get this quarter inside on and strengthen all this up now. I got these trimmed off of the one that's inside, so that won't be a problem. So make sure it fits where it needs to go, and then I'll come back out and I guess probably wait for the glue to dry for half an hour or so, and then I'll sand it and paint it.
It's crazy.
I thought this was just a simple. So for this, I quick sketched it out. None of my measurements, none. I'm just gonna make a box. This is supposed to hang out. I'm gonna go have a coffee break before I put this together and fuck it up a fifth or sixth time. It shouldn't be this crabby. It's an absolutely beautiful day, but just was a simple little box. I'm putting it together with scraps, and it's on like day 3 of kicking me, and I'm about ready to just throw them into the pile of the burn pile back there and start all over. Start with a plan and just start all over. But one more chance, and then it's the fire pit for it. That's what's left of that tree. Just a pile of logs now. Total just disastrous mess is now cleaned out. I think I'm going to clean out a little bit back here, but all of this is just going to get burnt right where it's at. Everything else I've been dragging up over there, but I'm not dragging this stuff that gave me this crap. I should show it there is the best. I'm not dragging that stuff. Yeah, I got a little bit more to pull out of here, and a little bit more to trim over there. But I'm getting, almost got her done. Good Sunday's worth of work. I'm a little over 18,000 steps for today, and I think I'm done pulling stuff out of the woods. The sun's about to go down. I guess not really. I probably got 20-30 minutes left. The fire's still running over there. Just keep adding to it all day. But I got a good amount cleared out. We're going to Colorado in a week, so I think this is my last day clearing. I think I've spent 7 days out here clearing since we got here, and I think this will be it. I'm pretty happy with the way it looks, nice and cleared out. The sun will get down here and green up the ground now, and it wouldn't hurt to go through here with a rake, but that's a whole nother day's work too, so whatever. Like I said, I think I got 7 days out here clearing, and it feels pretty good. It looks pretty good to see what's here. Can actually see into the woods now. A bulldozer is not the way to clear woods. Just push them over and leave them like that is I wasn't happy. I will never do that. I will never do that to anybody else either and leave it like that. But you can kind of see the pond. You couldn't see the pond through that pile of brush before. But I think I'm going to sit out here, listen to Prince, and just watch the fire. Below the frying pan there is where I'm going to put in the garbage cabinet now. It's been painted. It's got 2 coats of paint on it, 2 coats of primer first. It's been a good week since I've touched it, so might as well get it installed before we leave here so the garbage can stay better put.
This wall has space behind it, and that's where I'm going to run all the wiring that goes to the back of the bus that I haven't done yet. So that wall will come off, and there's 3/4 of an inch, and there's plywood behind that, so I can attach the wiring all the way along on the plywood, and then I can put this back over the top of it and protect it all. And the furring strip that it's held out on is holding it out. So I could either notch this. I purposely made this hang off the back so it would go into the cover up where this wall is, because if we ever remove these, I didn't want it to just end and then I had to worry about trimming. I figured it'd be easier this way. But I forgot about that little furring strip right there. So what I think I'm going to do is just cut a 1/4 inch out of that furring strip instead of trying to notch the garbage cabinet. Because if I notch the garbage cabinet, it'll be notched for life, and if we remove these, well then yeah. Time for the buzz saw. There's no way I didn't just record all of that. Being your own camera person sucks. I know I just recorded everything I did, but it's not recorded. It's either way, I got that piece is notched out of there. This little piece that was holding me in my way is now out of my way, and you'd think after a week and a half the paint would be dry enough not to mark up a cabinet, but I'll hit the cabinet with a magic eraser here because I wasn't being quite careful enough, and then I'll get this thing installed. Having this trim board to push this up against really kind of made that nice. That was added a year ago. Never thought that I was going to use it as a straight line to put my next cabinet up, but being able to push it right up against here and have these level is nice. That screw will hold it. There's a metal beam where these screws are, so I'll put it into the metal in the back, and then I'll throw some more screws into the side. I think I hit the edge of the metal beam. I don't quite know what just happened there, but those two are going to hold. I think I know the problem. See if it'll focus on this screw here. I'm drilling the hole, but the first thread is down here. It's popping through, and that's about all I'm getting into the steel. So I think if I just countersink these, because I have 1/4 inch plywood plus the 3/4 inch wood. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Yeah, there's no way those little wings went through the steel. They break off when they hit the steel. So we're drilled into the steel, and then it stops about where those little wings are. That one's in now good and countersunk. I wish I just had just a little bit more room in here. I'm going to call one end of that top steel good because it's not playing fair. There, those two are good into the plywood. 4 into the cabinet. I think you could sit on it now. I wonder if I could hit the steel over here. Can you see that? Probably not. There's a steel beam here too. I don't know why that screw is missing. I took that out for a reason. I don't remember anymore. That was a long time ago. Maybe I just took this board off, put a new board up, and lost a screw. I could have done that. Should maybe try to squeeze one into the side here to get into that steel. And then I'll call it good. Not a lot of space here, but I think you can see what I'm doing there.
frustrated at those screws right now, and I've had this problem before while putting stuff together on this bus. The distance between where that screw drills its head and where the first thread is damn near ½ inch. It's well over 1/4 of an inch, and the steel's only 1 inch thick. There's spots where the next size longest screw hits the back steel and then strips out the front hole trying to drill the back hole. You can't have that either. I have these that work great, except these ones are just a little bit too big. But at least the threads go all the way almost to where the drill bit part is. Let's see if these ones that came with the Z brackets where I used rivets in their place are the right length for me. Yeah, that screw's not going to work either. It's the same, almost the same problem. The length of the screw is the same length. The head's just too big for me to put that head all the way into the wood. I won't have any wood to squeeze. Those are way too long. Two-inch one of these I think will do the job. Just got to bring a socket up with me. There. I can't do that here because the can would rub there. I have no space to spare, but over here I got those 2 bolts in, and one's in really good. I think they're just a hair smaller than the other one, the thread wise, so the one kind of grabbed the first hole, but that second one's in good. It ain't going anywhere now, so. It just barely fits the garbage can, so that'll work. Let's make a lid for this thing now. I still haven't made a lid for the cabinet. Yeah, whatever.
It's a cabinet.
Yeah,
it's a
cabinet. Yeah.
cabinet.
Yeah, I still haven't made a lid for it. It frustrated me so much making that. I can't believe it. The number of F-bombs Nancy had to cut out of the video.
I left one in.
But I went in with no plans, and that was dumb of me because I really had no space to spare. I needed to use the full width to barely fit the can into it, and even then I had a rotor out. And I guess if I would have known I had a rotor out, or maybe used a 1/4 inch board there or something different in the beginning, but yeah, I should have went in with a plan. I went in with no plan. I just started gluing, screwing scraps together, and it wasn't the right way to do it. But it's there. It's really nice having it off the ground. I like having it there versus...
especially while we're moving.
Yeah, we used to bungee it to a bucket that we also had that is now down in the first bay, and yeah, it was kind of nice to just be able to have it there, be able to have the garbage can accessible.
Yeah, it's really nice, and a lid is going to be really nice too. But
yeah,
now we're actually getting into our busy season and starting to work, and a lid will probably come
fall,
eventually.
winter,
Maybe, I don't know.
But thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.
Bye.